Today, we're diving into a really incredible story. It's about one of the most amazing migrations on Earth and a grassroots battle to save it, right in the heart of a concrete jungle. Let's get into it. So, let's just start with a number, and honestly, it's a shocking one. Over the last 2 decades, the eastern monarch butterfly population has crashed by more than 80%. Think about that. A sight that used to be so common is now seriously in danger of disappearing. So, what's going on here? What's behind this massive decline? Well, the answer is kind of surprising. It's simpler than you might think, and it all comes down to a single, really misunderstood plant. To really understand what's at stake, you first have to appreciate just how amazing the monarch's journey is. I mean, we're not talking about just any butterfly here. This thing is a world-class athlete. Every single year, these tiny insects pull off the longest migration of any insect on the planet. It's like a multi-generational relay race that stretches 3,000 miles, all the way from Canada down to this one specific group of trees in Mexico. It's a true miracle of nature, and right now it's in big trouble. So this entire crisis really hangs on one single crucial relationship. It's not just about pretty flowers in a field. It's about one specific plant that holds the key to the monarch's entire future. And that brings us to this critical idea of a host plant. See, lots of flowers can feed an adult butterfly, but a host plant, that's where the next generation begins. And for the monarch, there is only one, milkweed. No milkweed, no monarchs. It is literally that simple. This chart breaks it down perfectly. Think of it this way. Nectar plants are just gas stations. They provide the fuel for the adult's long journey. But the host plant, the milkweed, that's the whole nursery. It's the only place a monarch can lay its eggs, and it's the only food its caterpillars can possibly eat. And this dependency is just woven into every fiber of their being. The egg is laid only on milkweed. The caterpillar hatches and eats, you guessed it, only milkweed. The entire first half of a monarch's life is completely tied to this one plant. So when the milkweed vanishes, the whole cycle just breaks down. And this huge continental problem is playing out in miniature, right in northern Manhattan, where the fight to save the monarch has basically become a fight to save what most people think is just a weed. This quote from local activist Keith DeCesare, it just gets right to the heart of the issue. It's such a tragic misunderstanding. You have gardeners who think they're doing the right thing, cleaning up an invasive plant, but they're actually destroying an essential native habitat. And honestly, the name itself is part of the problem. That one little word, weed, it creates this powerful stigma. It just signals something that doesn't belong, something you should rip out. And because of that, even well-meaning city maintenance crews can become an accidental enemy. The consequences are just devastating. Take the Dyckman Marina habitat. It was once the biggest monarch habitat in all of Manhattan, filled with thousands of milkweed plants. Activists even got over 25,000 signatures to protect it. But in the end, the whole area was just mowed down by city crews. A totally heartbreaking loss, and it all stemmed from a simple lack of awareness. You know, out of that frustration, a whole new strategy has started to grow. If the official spaces are getting destroyed, well, these activists have decided to create their own, often in the most unexpected places. This is guerrilla gardening in action. Activists are finding these forgotten little corners of the city, those ignored spots, and turning them into monarch sanctuaries. They're pulling out invasive stuff and planting native milkweed, creating these tiny lifelines where there used to be just crabgrass and concrete. And the movement is getting more organized. It's evolving from these secret plantings into a formal proposal for Isham Park. The goal is to create an official, city-approved children's pollinator garden, turning this grassroots effort into a powerful educational tool that could be a model for other cities. And this line, it's from a script written for local school kids, and it just shows you the beautiful core of this mission. It's not just about planting, it's about empowering the next generation to become caretakers of their own environment and teaching them that their actions really truly matter. So all of this raises a really big question, right? When you're facing a problem that spans an entire continent, can a few gardens tucked away in a massive city actually move the needle? It's so easy to feel like these actions are just a drop in the bucket. I mean, a few dozen plants in Manhattan versus a 3,000-mile migration route. Does it actually have an impact? Well, as it turns out, the science says yes, absolutely. And here is the key piece of data. Research shows that restoring habitat in their summer breeding grounds, places just like New York City, is way more important than we ever thought. In fact, the species is 4 times more sensitive to habitat loss here than in their wintering forests in Mexico. That means these small urban gardens have a truly massive, outsized impact. So just imagine you're that butterfly, flying through a metropolis of steel and glass. That one little patch of green isn't just a pretty garden. It's a 5-star hotel. It's a nursery. It is the critical link in the chain that lets this incredible journey continue for one more generation. And that brings us to a final thought. This whole story started because people saw a weed and decided it had to go. It really makes you wonder, what other essential, misunderstood pieces of our own local ecosystems are we overlooking just because we haven't learned their true story yet?